Good morning, everyone. We have made it to Vietnam. Our Diamond Princess docked in Chiang Mai this morning, and we have just got off the tour bus in where are we? No, Da Nang. We are in Da Nang City. We're actually just outside Da Nang City, and part of the shore excursion today, we are going to a local market to get some lunch, a local beach, as well as the Marble Mountains and the Marble Cave. So the first stop we have is the Marble Mountains and the caves, and let's see what we have going on today.
My brow is good. Well, you're with me.
Few more.
Okay.
Like 20 more maximum. Yeah.
Oop.
Okay, let's go. That's some step here. Some step down. Just walking over there, wait for me.
Okay.
I want to make it down.
There's another one over there.
Good thing you wore tennis shoes.
Inch?
It's slippery, watch out.
Yeah.
가서 그리 산 밑에 말려 사람 내려와야지. 아니 아까도 나왔었어. 내가 나왔었어.
As you can see, it's very narrow, very tight. Some dangerous steps here and there, but we're trying to make our way through and see where we can come out from. There we go. Kind of opened up here a little bit. Wow. It's very quiet.
못 모르고 올라가.
Well, we just climbed up the mountain from inside the cave. It's not very easy, but we made it. It's hot, but we have a great view of Da Nang in the background. We just made it back down to the mid-level. I mean, you can see just how it's not too tall, but it's just the narrow steps and the jagged steps you can kind of see. But it's quite the view once you get up there. It's quite the experience too to say you climb this cave. That was great.
People follow no religion, but in Vietnam, the people who follow no religion, they still worshiping the ancestors.
So our next pit stop is a local beach resort here. It's a little bit hot and we didn't bring any swimming trunks to swim, but we're just here to relax for about half an hour. And of course I have to try the local Coke. That was part of the package, so let's see how it tastes. Not as sweet as American Coke. And actually does taste a little bit different than the one we had in Japan and China we had Pepsi, but the one in Japan is a little bit more mellow here. And then we are also trying a Vietnamese beer. So, try it.
It's pretty much the same as any beer in the United States. So.
Tastes like Corona to me, so.
Absolutely nothing. Questa sera c'era di doing nothing. Corona high school.
No one? Yeah, the beach.
Science Gallego.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Look, Facebook in the garden.
The Dragon Bridge. I told you 9 p.m. Saturday and Sunday fire through the mouth about 7 minutes and after that water. So totally fire and water 15 minutes. And every night they light up the bridge and they change the color every 3 minutes. And another bridge on our right side. Another bridge on our right side. That is a rotating bridge.
Okay, we just arrived at our last stop of the day, the Han Market. I believe that's how you say it. So we are walking through the market right now and we're gonna grab some lunch finally. We are all starving. Maybe grab some Vietnamese coffee and see what maybe souvenirs we can find. We decided to stop by a Happy Bread. It's a banh mi cafe, and the first thing we are trying is one of the sweet Vietnamese coffees. Now, I always love to get Vietnamese coffee back home at the boba shops, so now we get to try the real thing. Oh, it's nice and sweet. It's a little bit thicker than I expected to, but it's really rich and not too much coffee, so it's not too strong, but it's really great tasting coffee. I love it. So we got two different types of sandwiches. We got a more traditional pork sandwich, and then we got the chicken one and the coffee as well. All of these were $6 US, and they were able to do the conversion right here. But that is crazy cheap for this much food, and they're pretty big sandwiches as well. And here we have the half of the sandwich right here, and let's take a bite. There's so much pork flavor in this. And the fresh veggies just to balance it out. The bread is surprisingly good. Such fresh bread. And the pork is just very tender and juicy and soft. But they don't overpower it. I love the banh mi's back home in LA. But it seems like they put so much vegetables in it that you don't really get that much meat. But here it's the opposite. They put so much meat in there. And it's really good. Now here's the chicken sandwich. Definitely more mild taste. Nice fresh chicken. You definitely get more of a cumin, coriander flavor in that one. But I definitely prefer the pork sandwich. And then there's also some chili sauce. And we also put some chili sauce in here, the bright orange. Let's see how that tastes. Oh, that's great. It's not hot at all. It's more of like a sweet chili. And let me see. Oh, and there's also a tomato sauce you can add too. But that chili sauce is so great. It's definitely something we need back home too. We ordered a few dishes here to try with along with the pho. The first one is the steamed rice pancake of sorts. So the menu didn't have really an English description of it, just the name translated from Vietnamese to English. So we'll see what this one is all about. And now the pho has just arrived too. We got the chicken noodle soup version of the pho. So let's take a look at that. That's what it's nice. You have like a big bowl of chicken noodle and peppers and bean sprouts. And there's a better picture of steamed. We had the last one, the crispy spring rolls come. There we go. So let's see how everything tastes now. rolls are really great. They're nicely fried. The pork is so juicy. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap some up in the veggies. So they brought us these small bowls to each make your own little bowl of the chicken noodle pho. So I went ahead and added the veggies, the bean sprouts, and the chili pepper you see in there. And there's already some sauces on the table, which I'm going to go ahead and add. This one is not too spicy, but it definitely builds up, so be careful with that one. And then this was some kind of sesame oil that they had too. I have no idea. Okay, I understand. So soft and tender, but the broth has so much flavor in it. The chicken's a little bit dry, but it definitely tastes fresh. So that just about wraps up our pho lunch. There's a lot of spicy food in here if you don't realize what you're eating. And you know, unfortunately to a foreigner, we don't know what to mix and what to eat what with. So we were kind of mixing a lot of the sauces with the soup, the sauces together, the veggies with one another, but as you can see, we finished our plates. And overall, it was more fresh and tasty. So we just finished up our pho lunch, and the 3 plates were $9. So that is ridiculously cheap. I mean, in LA, I don't even think you can find one bowl of pho for less than $10, let alone, you know, $9 for all 3 plates. I've never really been a big fan of pho, and I think honestly it didn't taste that much different than what we have back home. And I think the big thing about Vietnamese food is it's more so the freshness of the herbs and the vegetables and the meat, and you kind of add more flavor as you're adding the sauces and spices and different, peppers and whatnot to it. So, you know, this wasn't a bad option, but if you definitely love pho, do some research. But if you're indifferent about it, like, you know, I am, I think any place you stop by will be a satisfactory meal for you. So we just stopped by another recommended spot. This is Joy Coffee, and the great thing is there is a 5th floor that is between the 1st and 2nd, and a few office levels, and then we have this great little outdoor patio. There's a lot of tourists and a lot of locals here as well. And my dad ordered a cappuccino, my mom ordered a passion fruit smoothie, and then I ordered, I'm not sure what I ordered. The menu had 2 types of coffee with the sweetened condensed milk. In Vietnamese, there was a short name and then one with a long name. But the English translation was the exact same, Vietnamese drip coffee with condensed milk. I tried to ask the waitress for the differences between the 2. She thought I was ordering 2 coffees, so I hope she only got 1, but you know, we'll see what she ends up bringing. Either way, I'm assuming I ordered the Vietnamese coffee with condensed milk, and the total for the 3, $8. Total for the 3 came out to about $8, and I didn't realize we had the receipt, so it looks like we ordered the one with the longer name, if you can see that, the last one. So hopefully it tastes good. The coffee's just arrived, and this is my drip with the condensed milk. Ooh, that is strong coffee. It's really good though, it has a good taste to it. Here is the, I think, passion fruit smoothie. Mango passion. That's a good smoothie. Fresh, refreshing. They brought this in a mug. Nice and hot. Ooh, that is bitter. That is dark roast. Very dark roast. Not my taste.